Saara, Aalto.
Saara, well done you. The best thing about that for me was your face. You looked like you were enjoying that so much.
Put English in the back seat. It's time for Babble Pop on Joy 94.9.
Good evening, Melbourne. Hello, world. It's time for another fantastic hour of tunes. Well, not so much in languages other than English. Tell us why, Liam.
Oh my God. For the first time in a long time, it's been very hard to do this during lockdown, but we have a special guest.
And it's not EO.
No.
I'm a fully fledged member of this show, Michael.
Yeah, for
Exactly.
2 years now. Oh my God. No.
Sorry.
Coming in all the way from, actually, I'm not sure whether you're in London or Helsinki right now. Either way, coming in from Europe, it's Saara Aalto.
Hello, I'm in Finland at the moment, so from Helsinki. Hello.
It is so great to have you, Saara, on the show. We're big fans, not just of Eurovision stuff, but just generally, and the fact that you're just wonderful. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like I name drop the fact that I know you all the time. So I'm so excited to finally prove to everyone that I wasn't lying and that we are friends.
That's true.
During the show, say hello to us, say hello to Saara, use the handle Babble Pop on Joy. We have got a banger of a show tonight. But Liam, look, tell us about this relationship you have with Saara Aalto.
Okay, so way back in 2011, when I was just a lowly Eurovision blogger journalist, let's say journalist with inverted commas, I interviewed Saara to talk to her about her participation in Eurovision 2011 with the song Blessed with Love, sorry. And what was supposed to be like a 15-20 minute interview, we ended up talking for like, I think it was an hour and a half or something.
How do you remember? Oh my God.
I remember because it was about 4 a.m. for me, and I got up specifically for it, so it was a big deal.
Okay.
And then later that year, I went and lived in Estonia, and Saara and I caught up, and I think we've caught up every time I've been in Helsinki since then.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but yeah, we've seen each other like so many times during these years.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, it has.
And now here we are.
Here we are.
So the first song we are going to play, I feel like it's the most appropriate since half of the year we do play pretty much exclusively Eurovision songs. We're going to play your Eurovision 2018 song, Monsters.
That's Monsters from Saara Aalto here on Joy. You're with Michael, Liam and EO for a special edition of Babble Pop tonight. We have got Saara herself on the line, beaming in via satellite all the way from Europe. That one back from 2018, Saara, what was it like for you in the whole experience?
Well, obviously because I'm a big fan of Eurovision and I've always been. So, Eurovision always was like the goal or the dream that I really wanted to experience. And when it finally happened, 2018, of course, it was like one of the biggest moments for me. Like, I'm really here at Eurovision and I'm the one singing on stage, I'm not only watching it. So, of course, it was amazing.
The results didn't go quite how we would have enjoyed. Unfortunately, I guess they were fairly typical results for poor old Finland.
Yeah.
How did you feel in that moment?
Well, for me, to be honest, the main thing was to get through to the final, because for Finland, it's very, very rare to go through. We just nobody votes for us. So when during the semi-finals, when I got through, that was like, this was what I wanted. That was the main goal for me, that I actually got to do the final. And Well, of course, when the results came, of course, it wasn't like the happiest moment. It wasn't like, yay, this is what I wanted. But at the same time, you kind of realize, because I've been following Eurovision since I was a child, and I know it's not a competition. It's not a real competition. It's just about having fun and seeing these different performances from all these different countries. So I wasn't really that stressed about it. I was just really happy that I was able to do the final. That was the thing. But of course, it was like, I would say it went like as waves. Like at the moments I was really like, oh God, why? Oh, But then at the times I was always like, hey, come on, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, what do I do with the results anyway? You know, I try to stay positive.
At the time, of course, you always have to give like the good media spin answer. But 2 years on, I want to know, Monsters, Queens, Domino, which one was your favorite?
Monsters. It was. So I was happy. Definitely. Yeah.
Now we're going to go all the way back to 2011. Blessed with Love. Now, today, that seems like a whole different Saara. Do you feel like a different Saara to how you felt back in 2011?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm 10 years older, so of course, like there's so many things that, you know, you kind of grow up. You know, I was such a young singer, young girl, you know. At the same time, there's still so many parts of me that are the same, and so many parts of me that have grown up. So, but I just love that song, and I love that whole album that I wrote around that song, and I think it's still my favorite album of mine for some reason. Maybe because it's my first one, so it's like my first baby, and I'm like so proud of it that I did it by myself, and it's so beautiful, and so in a way I'm still very connected to that Saara.
Speaking of beautiful, EO is rocking a Blessed with Love inspired look this evening.
I for the listeners who can't see me, I did some makeup and I wore an outfit inspired by Blessed with Love because I love that song a lot.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, and you look great, so thank you.
Thank you. Did you anticipate from Blessed with Love, it sort of spiraled into you gaining success in China? Was that like a surprise? Well, to be honest, it kind of went so that I had a management, and I told them that I really would want to have gigs in Japan because I love Japanese music. And then my management kind of started searching for opportunities in Japan, but ended up having opportunities in China. And I remember this phone call from my manager saying, Saara, we would have a gig for you in China. Would you want to do it? I was like, of course. And I went to Chinese lessons straight away. So I started learning Chinese, and it kind of, I don't even know, it was like a snowball that kind of rolled, and suddenly I had a whole album in Chinese, like in Mandarin Chinese, and Blessed with Love was also translated into Chinese. It was a really great adventure in China, really. It's such a different culture, and the music business, everything is so different there. But it was really fun, and I never ever saw that coming. So it was a surprise.
I remember a lot of people at the time referring to Blessed with Love as a big Disney princess ballad. Do you think that title being thrown at you led you to do the voice of Princess Anna in the Finnish version of Frozen?
Well, I've always been a Disney girl, you know. I've always been a Eurovision girl and a Disney girl, and I've always spoken about it really, like, openly and publicly, that I love Disney, everything Disney, and of course Blessed with Love, and the whole album is really Disney. And I think kind of everything that happened in my life kind of led me to be the real Disney princess that I got to be. You know, I gave my voice to Princess Anna in Frozen, in the Finnish version of Frozen, which was like my ultimate goal of being able to say that I am a real Disney princess now. But yeah, Blessed with Love was one part of that journey, and then and also all the other things that I did, I was always like, yay, a Disney girl.
This is that very song, not in Mandarin though. We're playing that one tonight, maybe another day instead. This is Blessed with Love. You're with Michael, Liam, Io, and special guest Saara Aalto here on Babble Pop on Joy. That's Blessed with Love here on Joy. You're with Michael, Liam, and Io. This is a special edition of Babble Pop because we have Saara Aalto with us. It's very exciting. Share the excitement on the socials at Babble Pop on Joy.
Oh, it's 9 years later, and I'm still obsessed with Blessed with Love. We you may not know this, Saara, but we actually played it on the radio. I think maybe 3 months ago. We did a special show, which was gratuitously me just playing songs from national finals before Babble Pop was a show, and I was very, very direct that Blessed with Love had to be on the show.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for telling me.
So this is the second time this year that the good people of Melbourne have been forced to listen to Blessed with Love.
Amazing.
I wouldn't say forced, I'd say delighted.
Oh yeah, hopefully they like it.
Yeah. So we're going to fast forward a couple of years now. It's 2016, and you're in UMK.
That's right.
With No Fear, which is a bit of a different sound of song compared to what we'd heard from you at that point. Can you tell us a little bit about the creation of No Fear?
Yeah, actually, I wrote the song when I had just come out with my girlfriend, Mary, now wife. So, you know, when I came out, I was obviously not scared, but of course a bit like, oh, how are my fans gonna take it? And I kind of wanted to write a song, like a power song for myself and for others also, about accepting each other and being like, hey, I'm here, I have no guns, let's have no guards between us, let's just love each other. And I felt that the message of the song was really strong. At least for me, I felt really strong when I wrote the song, and it was actually written to be a ballad. So it was originally a ballad. So, yeah, and when I sent it to my producer, and I was like, this is the song, blah, 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 blah. And then he sent it back to me, like maybe like 2 weeks later, and it was this whole like dance song. And I was like, what happened to this song? And but I loved it. It was so weird, you know. It has this Indian kind of Bollywood vibe. And I was like, oh, it's weird. It's a bit maybe too weird. But then I fell in love, and I was like, this is something different, like you know, combination of this like pop and Bollywood together. And I loved it because I love all these different like how would I say, world music as well. So I kind of felt really good about it actually, and fell in love with it.
And I feel like a song with that sort of message is really kind of poignant to all of us all the time. I mean, you actually posted on your social media the other day about moderating your language and feeling uncomfortable in spaces, even in queer events, sometimes referring to Mary as your wife, even though everyone knows and it was a queer space. Like we're all policing ourselves all the time.
Yeah, and you know, No Fear has been my motto since I wrote the song. Like, I just use it all the time, every day, every week. I'm like, if I'm scared of something, or if I feel like I'm worried or uncertain about something, I'm always like, Saara, no fear, just do it. And actually this attitude has led me to all these amazing opportunities, like going to X Factor UK. That was all about no fear. You know, it's like, like I love it. It has helped me so much.
We are loving this banger. We will continue to love it. You're with Michael, Liam, and Io, with special guest Saara Aalto here in Babble Pop. This is No Fear. It's playing here on Joy. That's No Fear from Out and Proud Finnish singer Saara Aalto here on Joy. You're with Michael, Liam and EO for Babble Pop, and a special one at that because Saara is on the line. That banger, look, thank goodness it wasn't a ballad in the end, Saara.
That's right, yeah. I much prefer this version where we kind of get to dance and feel very powerful, dancing and singing No Fear. Yeah, it's great.
And I feel at your core, you're a showgirl.
I am.
Like, this is where you get to show that off, and that love it.
Yeah. And I love to perform this song. Like, still when I sing it, people are singing it with me, and I just feel it's a really powerful moment of the concert always. Yeah, I really love it.
So now we're going to go through a little bit of your Eurovision favorites.
Mm-hmm.
You've picked 4 songs, and we're going to play them all.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get you to walk us through them.
Okay.
So starting with your favorite Finnish Eurovision song.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you tell us what you've picked?
I picked a song called Sata Salama, which is a really old Finnish Eurovision song. And I wasn't even born, so actually, was I?
Yeah, you were. You were about 2 weeks old.
Exactly. It was my, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not that old, actually. It's a very fresh song. You know, I just realized, oh my God, it was literally my birth year. So yeah, I just feel like this song, it's this legendary song that each Finnish person knows, and it is, I feel like it's just always so much fun. And I've been singing it at gigs when I was like, since I was 15, you know, every wedding gig that I used to do, I would be singing Sata Salama because people want to hear that song. It's just so much fun, and I still think it's one of the best pop songs in Finland ever written. So yeah.
I remember this song. I mean, this is one of my favorite songs from Finland as well. And in fact, we've also played this earlier this year. We did a show where we each picked some songs from the years that we were born that were in Eurovision. And this was my pick for 1987.
Nice.
And I don't know if you remember this exactly, but do you remember going to that karaoke bar with me in Helsinki back in 2014? And I sang this?
Whoa.
Yeah.
In Helsinki?
Yep, we went to a karaoke bar and I performed this.
It's true.
Just as I was about to start, you shouted out, "Everyone, he's from Australia and he's going to sing Sata Salama."
Oh my goodness, yes. I remember the karaoke bar, but I actually don't remember you singing this song, but it must have been amazing anyway.
Nope. It was, I will send you the video. You took a little video of me and I will send that to you later.
Yes, please.
And I sound terrible.
No way. But I want to see that.
Okay.
Can this go on the socials?
Oh, yeah, we'll put in the socials. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
easy.
yeah.
Done.
Singing is like a loose term here. It was kind of shattered. But I love this song as well, so I was so excited when I saw that you'd picked it.
Yay. Good.
It's you'll hear the actual version of it, not Liam's version.
Thankfully.
Next, right here on Babble Pop with Michael, Liam, EO, and special guest Saara Aalto on Joy. You're on Joy 94.9. This is Babble Pop, an hour of music in languages normally not English, but tonight a little bit of an exception. We're with Michael, Liam, and EO. We're with Saara Aalto, all the way from Finland. You can say hello to us if you like on the socials at Babble Pop on Joy. That one, Saara, your favourite Finnish entry, Sata Salama. It's legendary.
It is.
So, we're going to play the next 2 songs back to back. Typically within Babble Pop, we play 2 songs in the same language back to back, which we'd call a babble to babble. This is an alto to alto, where we're going to play 2 of your songs back to back, starting with your favorite Eurovision ballad.
Ooh, amazing.
So you've picked for that the Cypriot entry from 2004, Stronger Every Minute by Lisa Andreas.
And that year, you know, 2004 or 3? 4? 4. I was really really following Eurovision, like the biggest fan. Like I just remember that year being really good, but this song kind of has still stayed with me throughout these years, and I just can't forget it. There is just something magical, and I remember when I heard it for the first time or saw it for the first time at Eurovision, I was like, I don't know, there was just something that really touched me, and I still keep singing it in my head for some reason. I just don't know why, but it must be a good song. So yeah, I really love it. It's so beautiful.
I think there was something about like the 2 or 3 years of Eurovision previous to that. There was a lot of bombastic stage performances. That was when, like, it was 2 years after Marianne with all the costume changes, so everyone was starting to go really, really big with everything, and this was just a very simple, well-performed ballad.
Yeah, and I think there is like it's a bit of like a musical theater kind of song, like really like about that moment and that emotion. So it was just really my style. I actually performed it at a gig in May this year for the first time. Like, I had never sung it before, but I just felt like I want to sing this song and make it my own, and it just felt so good to sing it. I loved it.
And on the other side of that, we are playing your favorite party song.
This is a classic, and actually one of the first Eurovision songs I ever saw when I first got into the show. You picked Elena Paparizou's My Number One.
Oh yes, there's just like so many memories of this song, of me dancing like in a gay bar and like having fun. I just, you know, I have lots of friends that like Eurovision, and we would just go out like after the Eurovision final. We would always go to a gay bar and dance, and when this song was playing, we were just like being just crazy and having fun. And this song just always makes me so happy, and so like I just want to perform, you know, when I hear this song. It's just like this showgirl Saara wakes up and it's like
Also, I guess that would have been, because we're the same age, that would have been the song from the year where we turned 18. So I imagine there's a lot of songs from when I was 18, 19, 20 that I remember very specifically, because those were the years where I was, you know, that's when you really go out hard if you're going out.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, probably that's why as well. Yeah, so many good memories.
Speaking of party girls, Liam dancing this to Helena Paparizou's song is quite a sight to behold. But however, we're going to start with your favourite ballad, Saara. This is Lisa Andrea's Stronger Every Minute right here on Babble Pop on Joy. That's My Number One here on Joy. You're with Michael, Liam and EO for a special edition of Babble Pop. Say hello to us on the socials at Babble Pop on Joy, and relive it all over again at joy.org.au/Babble Pop. We have with us all the way from Finland, Disney princess herself, Saara Aalto. It is great to see your smiling face on the camera, which is great.
Oh, it's so much fun to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, we asked you what your favorite, what the Eurovision song you would most like to cover is. And I mean, this makes sense. It's from one queer icon to another queer icon. Would you like to tell us what you've gone with?
Rise Like a Phoenix, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
An exceptional choice.
Yeah, and I have actually performed this song many times, and I've done different versions of this, and I just think it's one of the greatest like songs ever written. It's so amazing, and I just felt like everything came together in that performance. Like, amazing performer, amazing performance, amazing outfit, the best song, the best arrangement. Like, it was just like the perfect Eurovision song, and I just can't get over it still. And when it won, I remember being at the Eurovision party with my friends, and we were just so happy. We were just like crying for joy. We were just so happy when it won.
As Conchita being a queer icon like yourself, was Conchita's win like inspiring for you personally?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, a lot. I just remember being so touched when the song won, and like how like the moment was just really emotional, and I remember being like, oh my God, that is what I want to do as well. I want to make a change in this world, you know, because that song really changed the world in many ways. And I was like, okay, that is so inspiring. That is what I want to do as well. Want to be able to change the world, make a difference in the world. And it was really like a turning point for me as well. So yeah.
And since then, you've come out and you've become a huge star in not just Finland, but in the UK and in the rest of Europe. Do you get a lot of feedback from fans that you being a out and proud queer woman in Finland has changed people there?
Yeah. Me and my wife Mary, we do get like lots of feedback and messages from people where they kind of say that we've been able to encourage them to come out or to be themselves. So yeah, that is like why we even wanted to come out in the first place. Like Mary never wanted to be famous or a public person, but when she realized that we are able to help people by being the example of this lesbian couple together, she was like, okay, let's do it. And it's really been really good for us. We haven't really gotten any negative feedback, so it's been really good. And it has showed us that the world is ready for love, and the world is ready for this like new era where people are able to be together and people are able to love openly. So it's been really actually great to see. Of course, there's so many problems still in different countries and even in Finland, but still, like, things have developed so much in these last 10 years. So yeah, it's great to be able to be part of that change.
Leading the charge, back, Conchita Wurst. This is Saara's favourite song that she liked to cover. It's called Rise Like a Phoenix. That's playing right here, right now on Joy. That's Conchita Wurst, Rise Like a Phoenix, here on Babble Pop on Joy. You're with Michael, Liam and EO for a special presentation for your listening pleasure with Saara Aalto on the line from Finland. I think, EO, I think you would do a good job at maybe costuming Saara for her cover of Rise Like a Phoenix.
Oh, Michael, I don't think I could do Saara's beautiful face justice. I am not talented enough to do that, but I would love to see you do like a professional video, Saara, with like a music video of Rise Like a Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that would be. I would love that.
Now, of course, it can't all be Eurovision tonight. You are here with a specific purpose, and that is to help promote your new single. Yeah. Would you like to tell us a little bit about how this very interesting collaboration came about?
Yeah, well, yeah. The song is When the Sun Goes Down, and I'd had this song in my pocket for about two years or so, and I've kind of waited for the right moment to release the song. And since Corona, you know, when everything was cancelled, all my gigs were cancelled, I was like, I want to give something to my fans. I need to release a new song that my fans are like, you know, to cheer them up. And I was like, When the Sun Goes Down, oh my God, this song is perfect for this moment, let's do it. And then we also kind of had this idea to maybe have a collaboration in the song. And I think, was it my manager maybe, but it was just this moment when we were like, oh my God, let's ask Bag of Chips to do this song with me. Like, because I always want to do something different and something brave, you know, no fear. And I was just like, all these global pop stars like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry, Little Mix, they have drag queens in their videos, like posing and looking good. But I was like, let's give a drag queen a voice, you know, and Bag of Chips is really, really big in the UK at the moment, and she can sing and she sings. So I was like, yeah, let's have her sing in the song. And then my manager was like, yeah, ask her, you have to ask her, tweet her. I was like, no, I'm too nervous. Why? Oh my God, she mightn't even know who I am, so what do I say? And she was like, just do it. So I messaged her and I was like,
hey, this is Saara. Would you want to sing this song with me? And I was so nervous about it. And then she replied like immediately saying like, oh my God, Saara, I'm such a big fan of yours. Of course I want to do this song with you. And I was like, oh my God, this was the easiest thing ever. Like she just said yes. And because of Corona, we had to record the song in different countries. But yeah.
So, what is next for you beyond When the Sun Goes Down?
That's a really good question, actually, because it's quite hard to plan anything because of Corona, and nobody knows what's going to happen. So I think at the moment I'm mainly now focusing on this song and seeing how it goes. And of course, I have I have other songs in my pockets waiting for the release, and of course I want to write new songs. So it's all about kind of like waiting for the right moment to start gigging again and touring again. But yeah, it's interesting times really. But I do have a musical role that I'm doing next May. So We Will Rock You, which is the Queen musical, and I'm so excited about it. We were supposed to do that already this year, but because of Corona it was cancelled, and now we're doing it next year. But I'm really excited about it because I'm doing the lead role, Scaramouche, and I love that show. I've seen it a couple of times in London like 10 years ago, and I can't believe that I'm actually doing it now, so it's great.
While you wait for that to come out next year, you can listen to us instead. Check out the podcast at joy.org.au/BabblePop. Follow us on the socials and keep up to date with what's going on in pop music around the world. Coming up next is Neon Nights here on Joy. Saara, it's been an absolute pleasure having you with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. Kiitos.
You're with Michael, Liam and EO for a special edition of Babble Pop. Saara, look, since this has been added to Joy's playlist last week, I think it's fair that you introduce this song as we end up tonight.
Oh, amazing. Okay. This is When the Sun Goes Down by Saara, Aalto and Bag of Chips.
Good evening, Melbourne. You're here on Joy.